If you're holding 3,982 XRP right now, you're probably wondering what that bag could be worth by 2026. Could it turn into a life-changing amount, or will it just be a decent return? In this video, we're going to look at exactly that. We'll break down XRP's current price and market cap, what makes this coin different from most of the market, and of course, run through several price scenarios with full market cap math. So you know what your 3,982 XRP might realistically be worth over the next couple of months. But before we continue with the video, if you're looking for a reliable place to trade crypto, I recommend BTCC. They've been trusted by millions for over 14 years, and right now you can grab a 10% deposit bonus on your first deposit over 500 USDT, plus unlock secret community rewards and extra bonuses of up to $10,055 per user. On BTCC, you can trade 300 plus crypto futures with up to 500x leverage and even access tokenized stocks and Forex, all with no VPN or KYC required. Use the link in the description to sign up, claim your bonus, and start trading today. Now let's get into XRP. At the time of recording, XRP is priced at around $2.88, with a market cap sitting near $172 billion. That puts it firmly inside the top tier of cryptocurrencies, and it has managed to hold this position for years, despite facing enormous challenges along the way. With the current price, your 3,982 XRP is worth just over $11,400. That's where things stand right now. The question is, where it could go from here. Unlike many coins in the market, XRP wasn't designed to simply be a speculative asset. The XRP ledger was built for one clear purpose: moving value across borders quickly and cheaply. It can settle transactions in just a few seconds, with fees that are a fraction of a cent. This makes it uniquely suited for payments and liquidity bridging, two areas where the traditional financial system is still slow, expensive, and inefficient. Ripple, the company most closely tied to XRP, has been working for years to integrate this technology with real-world finance. Their on-demand liquidity product uses XRP as a bridge currency for cross-border transfers, allowing banks and businesses to avoid pre-funding accounts in multiple countries. This is a big deal because it saves costs and frees up capital that would otherwise be locked. Partnerships have already been established across Asia, the Middle East, and Latin America, targeting some of the world's busiest remittance corridors. A huge recent development is the end of the long-running lawsuit between Ripple and the U.S. Securities and Exchange Commission. For years, this case was a cloud hanging over XRP, causing exchanges to delist it and investors to hesitate. But as of August 2025, the case is officially settled. Both sides dropped their appeals, Ripple paid a fine, and the most important point was confirmed. XRP traded on public exchanges is not considered a security. This legal clarity removes one of the biggest obstacles for institutional involvement. Without that uncertainty, large pools of capital that were waiting on the sidelines are now far more likely to flow into XRP. With that background, let's look at what your 3,982 XRP could be worth by 2026 under three different scenarios: conservative, bullish, and moonshot. In the conservative scenario, XRP climbs to $5 by 2026. That would push its market cap to just under $300 billion, a level that is ambitious but still reasonable considering the scale of the global payments industry that XRP is targeting. At $5, your 3,982 XRP would be worth around $19,900. That's a strong gain compared to where you are today, nearly doubling your position, without requiring XRP to completely dominate the financial world. In the bullish scenario, XRP continues to secure partnerships, expands adoption in remittance corridors, and sees regulatory clarity encourage institutional capital to enter. In this case, XRP could reach $10 by 2026. That would give it a market cap near $600 billion, putting it in the same range as some of the world's biggest companies. At $10 per coin, your bag of 3,982 XRP would be worth just under $40,000. That's more than triple your current value, and it shows what could happen if adoption really scales. Then there's the moonshot scenario. If XRP becomes widely adopted as a global liquidity solution, gains traction with central banks, and becomes a core part of international financial infrastructure, it could climb to $20. That would put its market cap around $1.2 trillion, on par with the largest companies in the world. At $20, your 3,982 XRP would be worth about $79,600. That's close to an 8 times return from today's value. It's ambitious, but in crypto, These kinds of moves can't be ruled out if everything aligns perfectly. The math is clear, but what could actually drive XRP to those higher levels? One major catalyst is remittances. Every year, hundreds of billions of dollars are sent across borders, often with high fees. Services like Western Union and MoneyGram charge anywhere from 5 to 10% on these transfers. XRP can cut those costs drastically while delivering instant settlement. If Ripple continues to expand its reach in these markets, transaction volume and demand for XRP could grow massively. Another factor is institutional liquidity. Global corporations often have billions of dollars tied up in different countries just to make sure they can cover payments. Ripple's on-demand liquidity product allows them to free up this capital by using XRP to settle instantly. That's not just about saving money, it's about unlocking resources that can be put to better use. The more institutions adopt this, the greater the demand for XRP. The XRP ledger itself is also expanding. It now supports tokenization, decentralized finance applications, and even NFTs. Developers are building on top of it, creating more reasons for people to use XRP and deepening the ecosystem. This diversification is important because it means XRP's success doesn't rest on a single narrative. Payments may be the core use case, but DeFi and tokenization could add further fuel. The biggest difference now compared to previous years is that the legal battle is behind us. That case was one of the longest and most damaging sagas in crypto, holding XRP back while other projects surged. With it resolved, XRP can finally grow without that weight on its shoulders. Exchanges are relisting it, institutions are more open to exploring it, and retail investors have more confidence in holding it. That clarity is a major tailwind going into 2026. Of course, there are risks. Regulation is always a double-edged sword. While the US case is settled, other jurisdictions may still impose strict rules on crypto assets, especially those tied to financial infrastructure. Competition is another risk. Other projects are aiming to solve cross-border payments as well, and XRP will need to maintain its edge in speed and cost. Token supply is also worth watching. With 100 billion total supply and around 60 billion circulating, any major release of new tokens could affect price action. And, like all crypto assets, XRP is tied to the broader market cycle. If the entire market faces a downturn, XRP won't be immune. Still, when you put it all together, XRP is one of the few cryptocurrencies with real-world use cases, regulatory clarity, and institutional interest. That combination is rare in this space. By 2026, your 3,982 XRP could realistically be worth somewhere in the range of $20,000 to $40,000, with the potential for much more if adoption explodes. To sum it up, at today's price, your bag is worth around $11,500. In a conservative outcome, it could rise to about $19,900. In a stronger bullish case, nearly $40,000. And in the most ambitious scenario, around $79,600. Those numbers aren't just speculation. They're grounded in actual market cap math and the adoption trends we're already seeing. So the big question is this: do you think XRP will simply double, triple, or could it go even further and hit that $20 dream? Let me know your prediction in the comments below.